McDizzle Gaming coming at ya! Thanks so much for stopping by. Hit that like button if you enjoyed and subscribe to keep up to date on unique Red Dead content like this. I recently started a new character on one of my other profiles on my PlayStation account, mainly because my first character was a dude and I wanted to create a lady. If you would have told me 6 months ago I would be excited to check out some corsets, I would have called you crazy, but here we are. As I applied all the tips from my main character to my new character and got her up to level 20, I wanted to share some tips with you to make your journey a lot easier. I'm sure some other people have some other tips to share. Feel free to leave those in the comments below. When you start up Red Dead Online, you're in prison. You eventually get broken out of a prison wagon by Horley and friends, and it leads to a number of different story missions that you're going to be able to partake in. And you getting your camp, you meeting Crips. So you'll soon be in this big new open world with a bunch of noob clothes, a carbine, and a cattleman revolver, and a crappy horse. Let's talk about currencies in Red Dead Online, because now there's actually 4 of them. There's Red Dead Cash, which you get from various activities including free roam activities, blood money crimes, various role things have opportunities to make money. You can loot people, you can find different treasure maps. Lots of different activities will make you money in Red Dead Online. Red Dead Cash lets you purchase most guns, most horses, just about all items, those type of things, and we'll talk about gold in a moment. And then there's gold. Gold is primarily used for role purchases as well as various aesthetic purchases like clothing and weapon components and variants. There are a number of activities that get you gold in Red Dead Online, from blood money missions, free roam events, stranger missions, bounty hunter the role gives you gold and cash, telegrams give you gold, doing your dailies of course, PvP, there's a lot of different things that give you gold, and the rule of thumb is generally the longer you take, the more gold you get. That sweet spot is actually the 12 to 15 minute mark. Early on, treasure maps will be a critical source of gold. They'll give you anywhere from 0.8 gold all the way up to a little over 2 gold. A way I try to think about it sometimes is if I grinded 4 of these activities for that 12 to 15 minute range or beyond, I'll earn myself at least 1.28 gold. People often ask me, well, is there ways to get gold quicker? I'm going to send you to my boy Heldorado's channel. He might be able to help you out with that bit. Link is in the description. And then there's role tokens. As you progress the different levels in Red Dead Online, you'll unlock different items like clothing, aesthetics, emotes, items that can be purchased with cash, gold, and role tokens, depending on what the items are. You don't need to worry about those right away. They tend to accumulate pretty quickly as you start to develop the roles. And then there's Capitale, the least popular word in Red Dead Online in 2021, that's for sure. You can earn this by looting people and through lockboxes and blood money missions and some different things happening in the free roam world. You can also buy with gold, but don't do that. Maybe buy the hired gun kit if you really want that bandana. A good start for everybody in Red Dead Online is to complete the story missions. To get 100% completion, you both have to play as dishonorable and honorable to do the Samson Finch dishonorable path and the Tom Davis honorable path. The Jessica Leclerc story doesn't matter whether you're honorable or dishonorable. You do get a higher payout for these missions the first time around. If you replay them, you don't get that same little buff. These missions are great for XP. P.S. Just about everything you do in the Red Dead world gives you some sense of XP. Anything you kill, any kind of variations of the kill. If you use free aim, you'll get some additional bonuses when you're killing people. There's so many ways to earn XP. So as you do activities, those story missions, really just about anything in the Red Dead world that gives you XP, you level up. There's 100 levels of unlockables. Those includes guns, horses, aesthetics, and more. Ultimately, you probably should use your gold for roles and things like that if you really want to enhance your game experience by becoming a trader, becoming a naturalist, becoming a bounty hunter, becoming a moonshiner, or becoming a collector. We'll talk more about those in a little bit. After you accumulate some Red Dead money and you've leveled up a little bit, you would have unlocked a few different guns for you to get. Let's talk about what were my first purchases and might work well for you. I got the pump action shotgun, which unlocks at rank 5, and the bolt action rifle, which unlocks at rank 7. Shotgun's so great for kind of that short range stuff. That bolt action can be used for hunting, and it's really good from a distance as well. I also picked up the Evans repeater. It's not that great, however, it does hold a whole lot of bullets, which is really awesome. Between a decent repeater, shotgun, and rifle, I can handle most things in the Wild West. You can also customize your guns too and add like scopes, rifling, etc., to give it a little bit of a boost. There's an awful lot of weapons in Red Dead, and one thing you'll find as you've been playing the game for a while, you usually go back to the same couple of weapons. Next thing we'll look at is horses. If you're like me, you might not like the starting horse too much and you want to upgrade a bit. You can upgrade pretty quickly. I got the Mustang as soon as I could, It was $500 and I'm really enjoying it starting out. I'll probably upgrade to the Norfolk Roadster at some point when I get the Moonshiner roll, or possibly the Black Arabian, which the handling is pristine, chef's kiss all the way. So we've talked about money, we've talked about guns, we've talked about horses. Let's talk about rolls. This is the next logical step as you accumulate gold within Red Dead Online to kind of progress your game experience. Just about every how-to guide will advise you to do the bounty hunter roll first. You might want to, but since the Blood Money update introduced additional ways for new players to make gold, I don't know if it's really necessary, although there are some perks to getting the bounty hunter roll first. It all really depends what you're looking for in your experience. If you're jumping into Red Dead Online because you love filling up your compendium in story mode and checking out all the different animals and plants and shit, the Naturalist role might be for you, and that's okay. Or if you play with a large group of people, Trader can be really lucrative. Although you don't make gold from it, you can make a lot of cash being a posse member. Over $300 as a posse member helping deliver a large wagon for a long distance delivery, and over $600 for the leader to deliver a large long distance delivery. If you're on PlayStation, check out the Lone Wolves Union for a lot of trader grinding. You can make some pretty sick money, and find other people to play with as well. Link in the description. Red Dead Online has 5 roles right now: Moonshiner, Bounty Hunter, Trader, Collector, and Naturalist, with Bounty Hunter, Trader, and Collector being the most affordable ones to start with at 15 gold each. There's also a dependency to get the Moonshiner role on being a level 5 trader or having done a trader delivery before. Let's talk about each role in the context of why it might be right for you, because every person's going to be different. Each role will give players exclusive skills, abilities, items, things that you can use that are really applicable to that role, like Moonshiner specific outfits, or the ability to track bounty targets using Eagle Eye, those type of things. We'll start talking about Bounty Hunter. This is often people's first choice because it is the only role that you can make gold and cash with. That said, you can make gold lots of other ways too, so don't let that deter you too much. If you like action, the Bounty Hunter role could be for you because, as I said, it's the only role where you get cash and gold. As you progress, you get higher difficulty bounties. There's legendary bounties as well. Of course, the Bounty Hunter exclusive items, going back to those role tokens we were talking about. And it's the only role that also has 30 levels. You have to buy the additional 10 levels to become that prestigious Bounty Hunter for an additional gold. I think it's 15 right now. The legendary bounties are a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun to do with friends too. There is equal payouts, if I'm not mistaken, for the Bounty Hunter role, in the context of, if me and you are in a posse and I'm the posse leader and we do a bounty, you get the same amount of payout as I do. Next, there's the Collector role. The Collector role is really great for solo players and pretty passive players, as there really isn't any sort of action element to it. In every other role, there is some sort of action element to it in one way, shape, or form. This one is running around looking for shit. This role can be incredibly profitable using some online tools to know where things spawn. However, there was a recent nerf, so a number of objects are incredibly random, so it's not as easy to get full collector sets in certain types of collectibles. And there is collectibles everywhere. You can get shovels, you can get metal detectors. I have a link to the interactive map below. If you're the type of player that likes to venture solo a lot and check out different areas, try to complete these collections, then this role would be great for you. The next one is Trader role. You bring animals to crypts. Crypts makes those materials into goods that you sell. You get supplies in between there to make sure Crypts has everything he needs to make these goods. Then, when you have a wagon, you deliver these goods. Eventually you progress up to like a large delivery wagon, where you can bring a whole posse of 7 with you, and then you can deliver the wagon. Other posses can attack you. It can be a good time. It's kind of some fun PvP sometimes. And then you have the Moonshine role. This is a lot of fun. You can get drunk and slap the shit out of your friends. Although delivering moonshine is quick, easy money for an individual, the posse members only get about a quarter of the payout. It's very PvE oriented. You could even be in defensive mode, or you could up until recently anyways, and deliver your moonshine. There's no benefit for someone blowing up your moonshine wagon. Unlike the trader deliveries, there is a benefit for a posse to come take your delivery wagon because their posse camp will get a bunch of goods or materials or something. It's a lot of fun collecting all the ingredients for the best moonshine. And that will usually net you well over $200 for the best moonshine. There's also a really cool host of story missions along with this that are a lot of fun, so Moonshine role is really recommended for me. And then there's the Naturalist role. It's something definitely different. It's really given the opportunity for furries to thrive in Red Dead Online. I'm just kidding. It's all good, you do you. So with this role, your goal is to really fill up the compendium with studying, skinning, sampling, photographing, etc., etc., all these different animals. And you can sell these samples to Harriet and make money, but if you kill these animals, Harriet will spray the shit out of you. Alternatively, you can kill legendary animals and other animals and take these pelts to Gus and get shit made for you. It's kinda cool. Gus is like Harriet's enemy. He loves killing the animals, Harriet loves saving the animals. So if you're a new player to Red Dead, get whatever role you think's best for you. Things that can happen that can influence that decision is sometimes you want them all, and sometimes some of them are on sale. That's what I did with the Bounty Hunter. I didn't care which one I got first. I just got whatever one was on sale, and the Bounty Hunter was like 5 gold when I bought it, so that was pretty great. Stay tuned for those deals on the Newswire. One other quick tip is, if you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. You can link your Twitch Prime to your social club, and they have various bonuses. For example, this month you can get, I think, 2 free treasure maps, a saddle that's free under $200, as well as 40% off a fast travel post. Other promotions they've had have been like a free butcher's table for the trader role, so keep an eye out. Let's talk about ability cards for a second. There's 4 slots available for abilities, 1 Deadeye one, and 3 passive ones that affect you all the time. The Deadeye one only works obviously in Deadeye. You get the Deadeye one unlocked at rank 2, the 3 passive ones unlock at ranks 10, 20, and 40 respectively. You can access these by just hitting the pause menu, or you can access them in the weapon wheel as well. So when you rank them up, you get XP, they level up. They can level up 2 additional levels. You pay $50 to buy the card, $350 to upgrade it to level 2, and $500 to upgrade it to level 3. When there's weekly discounts on those type of things from time to time, or you get coupons, definitely take advantage of that when it comes up. Now, what loadout you end up using really depends on your playstyle. There's a whole lot of different options. That's a whole other video. So what I will do in the description below, I will put a link to a number of different loadouts that you could use. There's a lot of great ones out there. Enough about ability cards. Let's talk about online options, because it took me a little while when I started to figure out all the things that are in there and how I would use them. So we have all the players that are in the session. If I hit R1, it would take me to a crew if I was in social club or friends, as well as recent players. You have invites, that's any free roam invites, posse invites, moonshine shack invites, those type of things. There's pinned and logged. You can pin things. I think moonshine recipes you might be able to pin. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never used it myself. And then we have the daily challenges. Now, as you know, these were nerfed a while ago. But you start with, I think it's 7 when you initially start with no rolls or anything. Now, again, my advice, do what you can if you can do it quickly. When you're starting out, you don't want to go halfway across the map to kind of find a couple herbs when you could really spend your time doing something a little bit more profitable. But if you want to find those herbs, that is cool too. And it indicates the streak and how that works. You get treasure maps treasure map after 28 days. Then there's posses. So you can set up a temporary posse. There's no charge for that. So if you want to set up a posse, invite random people in the session, go do some bounties, go do some free roam activities, whatever you need to do, you can do that. If you want to set up a permanent one, have it named, you can have a certain amount of members in there at one time. A maximum of 7 in total versus the temporary one, which I believe you can only have 4. But eventually you'll want to set up your own posse, chances are. And then there's camp and properties. The only camp and properties there are, well, your camp and the moonshine shack if you have it. You can set up a small camp or a large camp here, as well as move your camp, or buy your moonshine shack. And then you have stables. This lets you view your vehicles and horses. Vehicles being the hunting wagon and bounty wagon currently, and all your owned horses. If you have multiple horses, it will let you dismiss and call other ones, as well as change the access to the other horses, or to all your horses rather. And then there's Quick Join. It'll quickly allow you to join the various PvP sessions that are going on, that are broken down by the Takeover series, the current featured series, if there's a hardcore series going on. It'll also indicate by a little $sign or gold if it's double gold or double cash, whatever it might be, if anything. Those pop up from time to time. And then there's online options. That allows you to customize your free roam experience a bit. You can respawn, you can change your voice chat options as well. Social matchmaking, I don't know how well that actually works. You can customize your emotes. There's various different ones you can see. You can customize your walking style a bit if you want to feel a little crazy. You can do that. I just changed mine, as you see there. And then there's playing style, defensive versus offensive. You can rock either. Defensive is actually built for keeping you safe if you want to. And you can also wreck people pretty easily in defensive mode. Essentially, they can't lasso you and it's very difficult for them to kill you. And what you can't do is auto-aim, so if you can use free aim, you can nail them pretty hard if someone messes with you. Hopefully they won't though, it's a pretty good community. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. There are countless other tips and tricks I would love to share, however this would be a much longer video if that was the case, so this is long enough. I know a lot of current players have some great tips and tricks that they've shared with me, and I'm sure they'd be happy to share them with you. Feel free to leave those in the comments below if you have something cool to share that I haven't mentioned, because I'm sure there's a lot. I hope if you're a newer player, it would give you some tips and tricks and insights. In the description, I have a lot of helpful links below that might help you on your journey. Thanks again for taking the time to watch, and you have a great day.